Welcome to Desert City, a Dungeons & Dragons 5e actual play produced by TTRP Theater. I'm Duke Walter, not your Dungeon Master. I'm joined today by Dean Martin Jr. as Kevyn, Chris Freedom as Theo, and our resident Dungeon Master, Jazz Abramowitz. We've had lots of good times so far, but I have to say that this episode and the next one are probably my favorite sessions so far in the game. We've discovered a lot of things about each of the characters, about the world, about the city that we're playing in, but the way that we took twists and turns and kept Jazz thinking on his feet were really satisfying from a player's perspective as well as the editing standpoint, which is the chair that I sit in when I'm not playing. If you want to interact with us, feel free to check us out on the website formerly known as Twitter. You can find us at RenCityPod, RenCityPod. Don't forget to check out our friend Cher at brandyouLove.com. She's a friend and a supporter, so go check her out and see if her expertise can benefit you. Okay. If this is your first time listening, thanks. For the rest of you, welcome back to Desert City. Will you pull a little closer to you, Chris?
Will you pull my... Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Hey. Remember, you just do what you're told.
Fuck yourself.
Don't fucking tell me what to do.
I do what I want.
Okay. Well, Shay, everyone. Let's start with a little...
Fuck.
Let's start with a little recap. So we opened up at the Glistening Harem where Erlani asked you to come meditate with him in the Crystal Room. After a short discussion about orc anatomy and reproductive techniques, you all went to the room and placed your hands on a large crystal and began breathing deeply. After a few moments, each of you were taken back to core memories you had connecting each of you to Morningwood. The crystal orb imbued each of you with powers, some manifesting through items and others through actions. You were given a lead of Stellamate Inkatin, a former associate of Silpasha Urakel. You left the harem and eventually found Jim, who ran a stand for No. 1 Produce Co. After some small talk, you got him to tell you about the location of Stellamy by pretending to be interested in a franchise opportunity with No. 1 Produce Co. He pointed you in the direction of the docks, where he could normally be found on his boat, the Mary. You arrived to the boat, and after convincing the doorman your intents were pure, you were allowed an audience with Stellamy despite not having an appointment. After continuing your ruse for a bit, Theo eventually disclosed your true intent, the location of the god's Agate. Stellamy took you down into the lower deck where you could speak freely. He told you that Silpasha and he had had a falling out over a business deal gone wrong. He was willing to disclose information on his last known location of the Agate just to spite him. He told you the Agate was in a crypt underneath the palace ward, as well as a golden ring with elvish writing in a purple stone that he would pay handsomely for if obtained for him. After Theo awkwardly overstayed his welcome, you set out to find the subterranean tunnels that would lead you to the crypts. After a few attempts, you finally got into one and descended into the depths. You battled and defeated a giant spider. Then Theo found a door with a lever, pulled it, and revealed a mummy. You defeated the mummy, leaving the doorway open into the crypts, and that's where we are now. So you are in the dungeon. Little beat up, had just defeated this mummy. The door is open to the crypts where you can smell that acrid, rotting flesh death smell. What would you like to do?
You know what, guys? I forgot to buy eggs. I need to run out.
Do it. I'm going to dodge. Okay.
I think once again we are in over our heads in a situation, and I can't say that I disagree with you. I think we know the path If we want to make our way out, I will mark the path with some chalk in a couple of, discrete locations so that we can find this back a little bit easier next time. But boys, I fucking hate being underground. I hate this. I've almost died. No, I've almost died twice in the last 2 days, 3 days. So if we want to get out of here and regroup, I'm totally with that. It's already late in the day. I mean, if you want to try to stay underground and make camp and, potentially have another giant spider come after us, or mummies or ghosts or old dead kings, I don't know. But Theo, I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're same page, but what's our next step? What do you want to do next?
Rest and regroup.
I mean, I think rest and regroup is a good start. I think that maybe we go back to Sheeny and try to get in touch with the pirate Jeb, or maybe we just go back to the church and keep our ears open and play dumb.
The Agate is in this crypt.
No, I don't think it's in this crypt. I think we are still a ways from there.
Right. But this is where we're going to ultimately have to go.
Maybe Stella May said that the last he knew, that's where it was. But according to Sheeny, it's with the bullywugs. Is the crypt where the bullywugs are? I'm confused. And I'm worried that, well, I'm not, yeah, we are in over our heads.
Above our pay grade. Let's get the hell out of here.
If you would like to make camp there and head out in the morning, we can set it up so that you guys can do a watch and roll for encounters, or you can take your chances and head back out.
I imagine it gets a lot more active at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we surface dwellers ought to head up, get under the stars, sleep it off.
All right, so let's head out. I feel inclined to go to the church, but I could be swayed. If y'all have a better strategy, I need to know what's going on with Morningwood and if there are some truths that I've not been privy to.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, I think it's easy for us to obtain lodging at the church at no charge.
True.
We are welcome in that area. We are not suspected in that area, at least as far as we know. Even though we have suspicions of our own.
I think at this point, I'm feeling honestly like we might want to have watch wherever we are.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, so yeah, let's go to the church.
Okay. Before you go to the church, or as you start to make your way out, Ellen, please roll me a D100.
66.
I like those numbers.
Got it. All of you roll me an encounter check. So what we'll do is, as you make your way out of the dungeon, if combined, or the average of your scores rather, on encounter checks is less than 10, you're going to run into something on the way out. If it's greater than 10, you will pass through unencumbered for each section. And we're going to go 4 total sections. So as you make your way out, everybody roll me an encounter check.
It's greater than 10.
What did I say? Did I say it wrong?
No, it's greater than 10. Our roll is greater than 10.
Oh,
I got a 12.
I also rolled a 12.
We had 31 before the pretty boy rolled.
Oh, you're adding all of our rolls together.
No, it's an
He said
average. Average. Okay, so you go through the first section unencumbered. Roll again.
And like I said, as we're going, Ellen is leaving. He pulls a little stick of chalk and is leaving small marks in discrete locations along the wall, so that as we come back through, the path is apparent.
Perfect.
Theo's leaving a different kind of markings on the wall.
Rolling again.
What kind of slug races? Doing slug races on the wall.
Ellen rolled a 12.
9.
Oh, yeah. We didn't make it this time. I got a 2.
You got a 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody roll me 1d20.
I got it. 20.
Bad timing.
Yep, horrible timing. That's not the place you want to roll a natural 20.
As you make it into the second room, oof. Hold on, guys. Okay, as you
You
make
just killed.
no.
As you make it into the second room, there are 600 zombies waiting for
as you
you.
make it into the second room, you all die. So enjoy your Sunday. And
This has been fun.
There's an adult green dragon.
This has been great. And back to Renaissance City next weekend. Okay, see ya. Okay, as you make it into the second room, you can hear the faint clacking of bones as you are staring directly into what was the eyes of a skeleton. An animated skeleton holding a sword. Everybody roll initiative.
Come on, baby. 12.
20.
12.
12, 12, and 20. All right. And the skeleton is at 13. So, Ellen.
I get a
You're
+2.
How far away? How big is the room?
It is about 90 feet long and narrow. So it's kind of like a tunnel, or like a hallway rather, but it's a little wider. And he is at the far end, so he's about 90 feet away from you.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna step up about 20 feet. Actually, I only need to step up about 10 feet. I'll step forward about 10 feet. I will use steady aim as my bonus action and give myself advantage on my next attack roll, which will then also give me sneak attack. So if I hit, I will get to do extra damage.
Perfect.
First roll was a 12. The second roll was a 11. Fuck. Does 12 hit?
Nope, both of those miss.
Okay.
And so, real quick, Dean, you said you had gotten a 12. Was that before you added your bonus?
No.
Okay, so you're at 12, including your bonus.
I figured it was a tiebreak.
Okay.
With your +3 for swashbuckler?
I'll have 2. 3.
No. You have 3 plus whatever your charisma bonus is.
Okay.
Your initiative is +5.
Yeah. Let's do it like that. So 17.
Okay, cool. You'll be up next then.
Okay. Goddamn skeleton. Okay. I like the bow looks good on you. I'm going to try that out. Pull the bow. And he's going to, man, his intent. Oh, everything's probably stone, isn't it?
Around you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stone, dirt, little plants and things that grow in those kinds of areas. It's, it's just a gross, musty underground room.
All right. Scream attack. You got to shoot that skeleton right in his neck. Nope, not with that one. And not with that one. He's not scared enough.
Okay. The skeleton is next. He is going to move up 30 feet, and he is going to take a ranged attack with his short bow on Ellen.
You got no eyes.
14.
Yep.
14 hits. And he's going to do just a little bit of piercing damage, 4 points. Theo, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna run up in front of them and cast my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
I may need your intellectual support to do this successfully.
Okay. Let me pull up that sheet.
Before I go past Kevyn. I pause briefly, and I look over at him, and I say, hey, I'm trying to conjure the power of Lathander. Don't take my god's name in vain.
So that is your bonus action, casting the spiritual weapon. You create a floating spectral weapon. What does it look like?
It looks like a bouncing, happy, golden sunshine.
So it looks like a
It's like
smiling sun.
The Teletubby sun.
I love it.
It's just a baby face, just like
It's a
big,
baby
fat,
face.
round cheeks.
And
That's
it
fucking-
periodically makes the sound of.
So in order to
Periodically makes the sound of what? I didn't catch any of the
Like-
sounds.
So what you'll need to do is you can make a melee attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. And you can move the weapon 20 feet as well, again as a action or a bonus action.
But if you moved forward, the range is 60 feet, so he could have cast it right on top of the skeleton.
Right on top of correct, and that's what I'm going to recommend. So, Chris, when you
That's why I
cast
moved
that, cast it like you can cast it right in front of him, within 5 feet of him. He's still about 60 feet away.
Yeah, that's why I moved up there.
Yep. So you can do that, and then if you do, basically, you can roll for a melee spell attack.
All right, I got an 18.
Oof, definitely
Oh,
hit.
yeah.
So
And then
you
I do 1d8 plus 2.
correct.
Okay, d8 is a 4, so 6.
All right. He that hurt him. He's not real hardy, but he's still up. Now that was your bonus action. You can take an action as well.
Okay. Well, if I can, but I'm 60 feet away, right? So,
Correct.
okay, so then I'll use my crossbow.
Okay.
All right. 12.
12 misses. So you summon your spectral flaming orb of Lathander right in front of the skeleton. It smashes into the skeleton. You see a couple of bones, ribs go flying into against the wall. And then you follow it up with a attempt on your short bow, which misses. Back to the top of the order. Ellen, you're up.
Does it sound like a dodgeball when it hits?
Thunk.
Nice.
No, I think it sounds like it sounds like the Teletubbies.
It got silent when you said that.
Did it? Fuck, man.
Yeah.
I
Craig
think it
is
sounds
so-
like dead silence.
Craig is so weird about that stuff, about what it cuts. Like when if I go shh, can you hear me?
I did hear that.
Yeah, that cut out.
It did cut off at the very end, though. It like cut
Yeah,
you
at
out.
the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always does. It's really weird what it picks and chooses with the noise filter. Anyway,
It was doing that on the breathing part. Because yesterday or the
Uh-huh.
last session we
Yeah.
were and every time like
Breathe
we would
in, breathe out,
exhale, yeah, and it would cut us off. Yep.
yeah, it's I don't know why that is, but
It's
Craig,
horseshit,
get your fucking
Craig.
shit together.
Come on, Craig.
You're a fucking recording bot. You don't get to make up the rules.
How did we even invite you back, Craig? Your brother was so much superior.
I don't know. Listen, buddy.
Because Jark doesn't exist anymore.
Oh
wow.
no.
That's the only way you get action, Craig, is to fucking kill off your brother,
Wow.
Jark.
R.I.P. Jark, man. R.I.P. Jark.
R.I.P.
Hey.
Jark.
You know, Craig really does need to be noise agnostic. This is fucking bullshit. I'm writing Discord. All right, back to the top of the order. Ellen, you're up.
Okay. I will do the same. I will use bonus action steady aim. First roll is a 19. We're searching. Nope. Second roll is 14. So 19 to hit.
14 also hits.
Well, but
Oh, for your advantage. Sorry.
I had advantage.
Yeah,
so
19 definitely hits.
and 14 points of damage from sneak attack.
Fucking A, man.
Ta-da!
That skeleton explodes into 180 bones scattered across the floor. You have successfully defeated this skeleton.
There's a bowl of bone broth sitting in the middle of the path.
That skeleton is missing 28 bones from its body. It's a fucking... That dude had a rough life.
It exploded, dude.
Well, some of them were already on the floor from the first hit.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, there you go. That tracks. That makes sense.
You might be able, if anybody would like to count every individual bone on the floor, go. Please, let's take the time to do that.
Can we talk about which phalanges were missing? Because
Yes.
I can't quite picture it.
He might have been missing some fingers or toes in life as well. It's a mystery that we have yet to solve.
I'm gonna roll investigation to search, and I'm counting the bones while I'm doing it. I rolled a 19. You guys are just gonna have to wait like 15 minutes while I count
think
bones.
it's great.
Roll me 2 D100s.
The search for truth.
Let's reconstruct it.
24 and 95.
Oh, shit.
You only count 119 bones.
Weird. No, I get bored with it. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Right. You get to 119 and move on.
Theo's standing over me, you know what I mean? Like fucking arms crossed, just like,
Yeah. All right. Great job. Roll me.
Fine. Sorry, I had a little obsession for a second. I'm sorry. Okay, we'll go.
As far as your
Did I
investigation,
find anything else besides the bones? Yeah.
Yeah, as far as your investigation goes, there's some arrows that you could take. His rusted sword, but nothing of consequence.
Okay. I'll leave the sword, but I'll take the arrows.
Perfect. All right. Next, everybody roll a d20 for the next 30 feet.
Damn it.
19.
10.
9.
We made it.
You made it. So you move through the next section of the tunnel. You now can see the stairwell that you came up from. So roll me one more encounter check. And if you pass this, you will be able to leave the crypt with no more encounters.
7.
9.
Ooh, 19, baby.
Ooh, you saved
Nice.
our ass, Kevin.
Yeah, I got a 9.
There you go.
All right. So nothing. You guys cleared out.
Kevin bolted.
Yeah.
Remember when you're a little kid and you're taking out the trash at night and you feel like there's something behind you, but you don't want to look like a punk, so you keep it cool. And then the last 10 feet, you dash.
Just like for your life. Like, yeah.
Adrenaline spike. I love
You tell yourself that, oh, I'm just racing. That's how
Yeah.
fast I am. But really, you're fucking scared and thinking that there's a witch in the bush.
Or a puma.
So you guys make it up to the tunnel again, where you came in. You can go back out the way you came if you'd like, or you can go a different direction out of the subterranean tunnel.
No, out. We are going out.
Yes.
We are not going to a different part of the subterranean tunnels.
Okay.
We are not camping in the
I'm just
subterranean.
saying it's an option.
We are leaving.
Oh my God. He goes, you can set up a watch. Oh. And it stinks down there. I mean, you got to think about that too.
So you guys travel through the tunnel. You make it to the stairs, and after a few moments, you are back up city side, above ground. It's nighttime. All of the activity from the festival that was surrounding the area is all gone and dissipated. It's quiet. The stars are shining.
We head for the temple.
I don't know if that's my jam. Why don't you guys come back and pick me up in the morning?
Is the
Okay, I'll
sun,
go to the temple. Whatever.
is the sun floating behind us?
It only lasts for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. By the time you made it all the way up there, it had naturally ended.
Gotcha.
And you can drop it whenever you want to.
I mean, I think it'd be kind of rad just to have a floating sun behind me. It'd make me feel pretty powerful. So I'm looking for a spell of permanence to go with it.
So, Kevin, where would you rather go?
No, he's with you. He's with you. Keep the group together. He just, man, he's just having trepidation about church.
Oh, I get it. I mean, but I'm not going to make you go to mass. I'm not fucking going to mass.
So I have to get dressed up.
Yeah. You don't have to
Right.
put on your best shoes.
It's just that, that initial little kid, church. No, he's cool. Let's go.
I mean, I've got some chalk and some parchment in my pouch. You can draw pictures while we're sitting in the pews.
Perfect.
So heading towards the church?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Kevyn, there are a lot of things that draw people to Lathander's church. Just have an open mind and an open heart and know that there will be girls there.
Bonus. But remember, I'm married.
And you flirt with everything that moves.
It's my superpower.
Right.
It gets me what I want.
So you are walking through the city. It's quiet. And you make yourself, you make your way towards and eventually arrive at Dawn Tower.
Oh, that was easy enough.
I think there are some common rooms, right?
Definitely. And Theo more or less has a room there all the time.
Okay, well then let's go to Theo's room. I'll sleep on the floor.
You guys make it up inside Dawn Tower. There are, of course, Dawnbringers doing various things, but you make it up to Theo's room. Theo, describe your room. What does it look like? What's in there? What do you keep inside of it?
My room is just it's like way at the end of the hall. It's kind of on the corner of the building. From the outside, you wouldn't even realize there was a room there. It looks like it's like more at the bottom of a spire on the corner of the church building. It's a little octagon. Would normally be like a cleaning supplies storage room.
Damn, put you in a dungeon.
Light comes in from the top, but it's like 40 feet up there. So it's like dark down at the bottom, but it's lit through natural light from the top. And just stone walls, stone floor. And I have a bed.
Dibs.
And I have an altar and various artifacts on the altar from the different experiences and sacred things that have happened in my life. That's it.
Theo, tell us one memory you have of Dawn Tower from your past.
So I was 9, and I was walking through a passageway behind the sanctuary, like behind the front of the sanctuary, and I was just on my way to go get bread and minding my own business. I'm sure my mind was wandering, and I overheard like some really, really intense exchange going on in the sanctuary, but kind of in the closet at the back of the sanctuary. And it was not during a time when the sanctuary was full of people. But I heard it, and I think it was people who thought that there was nobody in the building because it was nowhere near public worshiping times. And I leaned up against the door, and the building's not built very tightly, and so there were gaps, and I could hear the conversation. And what I remember, I couldn't identify who the two voices were. What I knew was that neither one of them was Morningwood. So I was super curious, like any 9-year-old kid would be. There's drama on the other side of the door. I don't know what's going on, and they don't know I'm here. So I listened in, and it was a conversation about taking out the enemies of the church. And what I heard was that there was an organized list of enemies of the church, and there was a planned elimination of these people. But as a 9-year-old, I didn't even know who those people were. I just knew they were named enemies. And what I thought was interesting even as a 9-year-old, was that it sounded like a normal church function. Like it sounded like a church meeting that just got escalated. So there were these two members of the clergy who were executing a plan, and it was a regular function of the church, and they were just getting agitated and pissed off, arguing about who should be on the list and how soon they should be taken out. And I remember that very clearly, but then I remember, like, as the years have gone by, it's gotten cloudier and cloudier, and my memory of it now is really just speculation.
Like a story you've told yourself 100 times, but you don't even remember if it's true or not.
Right, to the point that I actually was listening and I actually heard the details, or it never even happened, and I honestly don't even know which is true.
Kevin, did you spend much time inside Dawn Tower?
No, he was stables.
Always outside of the building.
Yeah, he showed up early, fended the animals, got them rigged, and then drove the Padre around.
What about you, Ellen? Is there a memory that you have of Dawn Tower?
I think probably the most standout memory that I have, I don't know, I was probably about 9, 10, something like that. I had become, part of the school there, and I wasn't always the biggest kid. I wasn't always the strongest kid, any of that stuff. But we were in a lesson about, I don't even remember what it was about now. Maybe social studies, talking about the hierarchies. And I raised my hand to give an answer, and this other kid made fun of me because I got the wrong answer. And I tried to be a tough guy and fight back, and this kid just started to whoop on me. Lucky for me, I had a friend who had taken a liking to me, and he put that kid in his place. And that was kind of the solidifying moment for Theo and I.
Oh,
He came to my defense.
So as the night winds down, you all are sitting with these memories as you drift off to sleep. Did you want to set up a watch, or are all three of you going to crash at the same time?
Kevin's clearing the teddy bears off of Theo's bed, and he's crashing out. Feels safe here.
He's going to make me sleep on the floor in my own place. Huh? What an ass.
What are you talking about? It's Kevin. Of course he's going to make you sleep on the floor in your own fucking bedroom.
Except when Kevin was a prisoner, he's always just been given whatever he needs.
Dibs. It's dibs, man. Dibs.
But that's true. We look around. Kevin's already crashed out on the bed, so I nod to Ellen. Hey, I'm going to sit up and just keep an eye out. I mean, some sketchy shit's going on. I may wander around the halls a bit, but why don't you get some shut eye and I'll sleep.
Wake me up in a couple hours. We'll switch.
Yeah, for sure.
So Ellen and Kevin drift off to sleep. Theo, is there anything you want to do while they're sleeping? Or are you just going to stay awake in the room and keep an eye on things?
No, I'm gonna step out, and I'm gonna go get supplies. Make sure we have plenty of food. Get some bath towels, and I mean, these are guests in my place, and then I'm just gonna pop in and see how Morningwood's doing.
So you go to a supply closet. You grab some.
I'll watch y'all's backs, guys.
Dude, I live here. This place is not as much of a threat to me as it is to you.
Yeah, I don't think Kevin's threatened. I think he feels like he can put down here.
Kevin's so comfortable, he's just ripping ass in his sleep. Just does not care. You walk up to the supply closet, you grab some rations, you grab, refills on rope, a torch, all the things that you need to continue your quest. You walk down the long hallway where Morningwood's room is at the end. Each step probably feels like your feet are covered in stone. What's going through Theo's mind as he goes to check on his sick friend?
Just be the natural Theo that you've always been. Don't let anybody think that you doubt the integrity of this institution.
Meanwhile, Kevyn and Ellen are getting shivved in their bed.
Cut to Kevyn and Ellen, you're dead. Cut back to, so you walk up to the door. You place your hand on the metal of the doorknob, and suddenly you're very, very sleepy. So sleepy, in fact, that you cannot keep your eyes open anymore. You slump to the ground. The world turns black. You start to see drifts of white smoke curling around, getting ever closer. It's filling up the room. Suddenly, a long, thin, tall figure appears, and what seems like a world away, it starts walking toward you. It's getting closer. You can start to make out some of the details. Seems to be 8 or 9 feet tall. Its arms long, sinewy appendages seeming to reach out 12 feet in front of him with long, skinny, bone-like fingers. It walks closer. You can start to make the details of its face. Gray, pale, sunken eyes, but perfect teeth and a wide smile. It approaches you. You can't move. Hello, Theo. I'm here to offer you something. Maybe it's something that you would like. Maybe not. You're here to help your friend, aren't you?
I am.
And you're trying to locate that special object, aren't you?
I am.
I can help. All you need to do is ask for my help, and I will grant it. But in return, I'll have a favor later on down the road. Do you want my help?
Who are you with?
Oh. I'm not from around here, but I have an interest in helping you.
Did Lathander send you?
No, not Lathander.
My integrity can't be bought. If I have a struggle, I'll have a struggle. I don't know you.
He takes a moment. It smiles a giant, toothy grin You don't know me yet. You're awake again. You're in the room. And you have full control of your body.
I'm just looking for clues. I'm looking all around. I'm, I guess, investigating.
You can roll me an investigation if you like.
6.
Yeah. It's just exactly the same as you got there. You see no evidence of any kind of shenanigans. The only difference is that when you walked up to the door, you put your hand on the doorknob, and then when you came to, you were sitting slumped against the wall. Other than that, there's no difference.
Is Morningwood in there?
Go ahead and go inside if you'd like.
Yeah, so I'm going to go in the room.
You walk inside the room, and Morningwood is there. He's sleeping.
I go over and shake him. I want to see him conscious.
You shake him. He is very groggy, but he does wake up. Theo, my boy. What time is it? What is it? Is something wrong?
I don't know. Something's not right here. Have you had any strange experiences? Are you okay?
I am weak. I am weak, and I am tired. Have you come with good news? Do you have the agate?
We have progress.
Oh, God.
We don't have the agate.
I understand.
The three of us have learned to back each other up fairly well, and I feel like we'll make it there. But
the three of you, who's joined your party?
We have a friend, Kevyn, that we've met along the way. Who, though he doesn't seem quite as passionate to support the church, he's he seems like he has enough integrity to join our crew. So more hands equals lighter work.
Kevyn is a good man. He's not that different from either of you. Grew up in some tough circumstances, but has a good heart.
Well, and he's dead sexy, so that helps us.
Yes, he's bedded one too many women in this church. It's not been... Anyway, I'm so tired. If there's something I can do, please. I'm not capable of much anymore. I can barely get out of this bed on most days.
I need to have a frank conversation with you.
Okay.
There have been some whispers along our path about some unsavory activities going on within the church leadership, and maybe not everyone has Lathander's best interest at heart. And it's not as if you have been directly implicated, but I need to know what you know about what's going on inside the church so I know who to trust.
Oh, Theo, it's... it's... The thing about a church is that it's run by people. And people are complicated and make interesting choices for themselves sometimes. I'm sure there is some corruption in the church. That's nothing new. There's always been a few people who have decided to use Lathander's love to benefit themselves over others. Excuse me. My boy, can you please get me a glass of water over off of the side table?
Of course. Here.
Thank you. He takes a long gulp And as he places the glass down, you can see a bit of blood in the liquid.
I need you to stay strong. We need more time. We're pushing, we're trying, we're striving, but we continue to run into obstacles.
I knew it would not be easy. But I do believe in you. And I believe in Ellen, and I believe in Kevyn. I think the three of you. Three of you can help me.
Is there anyone in the church that you need me to avoid for the safety of this journey?
Oh, I don't know. I've been so isolated these last few months. Well, what I know is that the God's Agate in the hands of our Sunrise Lord can heal me. That is what I know.
How can I don't mean to question you, but is there anything you can say to me that would reassure me that you're not associated with anything negative going on in the church? I don't want to believe it, but we have been told, and I just worry.
He looks visibly shaken and hurt. You have known me your entire life. And yet you feel like... I'm sorry, my boy. I know this is difficult. I am who I am and who I've always been. If you knew me once, then you still know me now.
Then rest assured, the God's Agate will be found, and we'll do everything we can to return you to your strong previous self.
He smiles. He holds his hand out, wanting your comfort. His hand is thin and bony, and if you take it in yours, cold to the touch. He's definitely dying.
Theo pauses to hold his hand and looks deep into his eyes and tries to give him some reassurance, and then takes a half step back and lets go as if to begin dismissing himself.
He gives you that familiar wry smile, even though it's weak, with a muted twinkle in his eye. And as you start to pull away, he lays back down and appears to have gone back to sleep.
Theo picks up a small piece of parchment and scrawls on it. We're down the hall in my room if you need anything. We should be around for the next several hours. Theo.
Leaving notes.
Right up his alley. He's going to be so excited about that when he wakes up.
Yeah.
He learned from the best.
I mean, there were thousands of them sitting there. Like he just sending them out into the kingdom all the time.
You quietly close the door and head back to the room.
To be clear, when I close the door, I do not touch the handle.
Oh, okay. Okay. Unless there's anything else you want to do at night, the rest of the night will go without much fanfare, and you may all execute your long rests, and we can pick up again in the morning.
When I get back to the room, I look over at Kevyn, verify that he's safe, and somehow feel like he resents me at the same time.
Interesting. Is that true, Kevyn? Do you
No.
resent Theo?
He let me sleep in his bed. What a nice guy.
Theo definitely has such a moral compass that he had no choice but to honor the dibs, whether or not he felt good about it.
Of course. But, the minute I walk out, even in his sleep, Kevin's talking shit about me abandoning him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just leave us here to die.
Right.
I'll stay on watch. Hold on. I'm going to go to the grocery store and the hospital.
Try to get a motherfucker a bath towel, and he's just got to talk shit.
Dude, I was just getting you a washcloth and a clean set of sheets. That's it. Fresh pillowcase.
Have some fucking orange juice. It wasn't here when you got here. That had to come from somewhere.
This is Desert City, a D&D5E actual play produced by TTRP Theater. I'm your Dungeon Master, Jazz. Theo is played by Chris Freedom. Ellen is played by Duke Walter. Kevyn is played by Dean Martin Jr. TTRP Theater is a group of actors, artists, and gamers from all walks of life that play a diverse set of games in a diverse set of styles. We have a wide array of content available for free on YouTube. Search TTRP Theater and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter at TTRP Theater. We'd love to hear your feedback. Comment on YouTube or tweet about the show using hashtag RenCityPod. That's RENCITYPOD. Or follow us at the same handle, at RENCITYPOD. Be good to one another. See you next time.